Hey guys, welcome to Be Inside Out TV, where living from the inside to create a life you love is the norm. Today's episode deals with invisible scripts, the programming that causes you to act out life. Now, before you ask, Megan, what in the world do you mean act out life? Let me break it down for you. There are two kinds of scripts. The ones used in programming languages, like for computer programming and gaming, and the ones written for storylines like movies, plays, shows, etc. Now, I call them invisible because in both instances, you can't actually see the script. You just see the result of the script being carried or played out. The script originated from somewhere and then was adapted by parties responsible for making it appear real. So now you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with me and why should I care? I am so glad you asked, my friend. Take a quick 5-second overview of your life. If it seems like life is running on autopilot and not in a good way, then this episode is just for you. It's going to help you identify your scripts that are working against you and then start helping you move toward how to change them. So here we go. There are two ways to immediately tell if an unwelcomed invisible script has been running the show. Number one, the presence of persistent negative thoughts, and number two, the presence of persistent negative feelings. Most days we move through life wearing various unconscious constructs of our personalities. People give us feedback with words like, oh, you're hilarious, or you're so much fun to be around. Or on the flip side, what's wrong with you? And why are you so freaking angry all the time? A lot of this feedback is usually unintentionally invited. It just so happens, right? So we think. We find ourselves in the middle of these remarks all day long. And most of us entertain the good stuff and shrug off the less good stuff as, that's just me, deal with it, or I'm out of here, leave me the HE double hockey sticks alone. But if you notice the not so cool ones happening more often than not, it's not coincidence and it's not them who's the problem. Just think for a second. In each instance, what's the common denominator? Y-O-U. Your omnipresent undercurrent, the side of you that resides in your subconscious where 98% of everything is actually taking place and calling the shots. We think it's our neocortex, our thinking brain, that calls the shots. It does to a degree, but it's usually after it receives and processes a ton of messages created and shared through the rest of the brain and body, through chemical hormones, activated by emotions and stimuli. This stimuli can be external, but it's most sneaky when it's internal. That's where the negative invisible scripts lie, within the internal stimuli of thoughts and emotions. And you've probably heard all this stuff before and may write this episode off. Not so fast. Remember episode number 11? Watch that if you haven't already. I'm going to cut to the chase here. In order to change the scripts, you have to be aware of them. You must become an observer of your thoughts and emotions so that you can practice changing them. Is it easy? No, because we feel like our personalities are hardwired. Thank God for the science of neuroplasticity and epigenetics. In a nutshell, those two scientific discoveries mean you're not stuck being who you are if you don't like it. Who we are, especially in terms of our outward personality, is really just a bunch of learned behaviors and really, really, really strong beliefs. It's definitely a process to unearth, rewrite, and reprogram your subconscious to run scripts that support and serve you, the greater you. And it is so worth it to do the work. You're missing out on your most amazing life if you don't. So there's not enough room to put all the steps in this here video, but I will share with you where to at least start and a more in-depth resource to consider. Start with these three. Number one, slow down. Take some time to breathe. You need oxygen more than you need food, water, shelter, and sleep. The lack of it becomes vital within minutes. It's absolutely the most important thing your body and brain needs in each moment, so breathe. Also, slow down your reaction time to stimuli and instead give your observing mind a chance to catch up and respond. This applies to external and, most importantly, internal stimuli. Number two, become more present. We spend too much time laboring over the past and anxiously anticipating or worrying about the future that we lose focus on the vast amount of absorbable feedback that's in each observed present moment. Paying attention to your now without obsessing about the past or future releases you from a stress-filled grip that can send your unconscious scripts into a whirlwind of OMG. Number three, release judgment, anger, and vengeful feelings. These emotions, when felt often and too long, aren't hurting anyone except you. The chemicals and incoherence in your body create static and noise, which can literally make you sick. Let it go. And also let go of the need to belabor your point and be understood. Oftentimes, doing so causes more unnecessary stress. Lastly, work on aligning your thoughts with your feelings. It's not enough just to say, think positively. Somewhere in there, you have to feel as if what you're thinking is true. When you're able to get your thoughts and feelings to consciously work together more regularly instead of against each other, that's when you begin to affect change. Here's a tweetable. Change requires coherence. Align your thoughts and feelings. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Dispenza is a chiropractor and neuroscientist who was featured in the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? I'm working on exercises in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And I begin to already notice and uncover more places in me to grow and expand. And this book goes into great details and the exact steps about how to do this. So if you're tired of living the same life and negative scripts have you stuck, get Dr. Dispenza's book and learn scientifically just how amazing you truly are. Now it's your turn to share. Have you noticed any recent incidents or occurrences where your invisible scripts were on full throttle? How could you tell? And what did you do as a result? We want to hear from you. So head over to BeInsideOut.com and tell us your story in the comment section. While there, sign up for email updates and stay in the know and be notified first when new Be Inside Out goodness is coming up. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share the love with your friends across all your social networks. As always, remember to nurture your soul first so you can be a beacon and a blessing to everyone who needs you. See you next Wednesday. Be you and be well. Need to love yourself a little more and lose a few extra pounds? Get details about the next weight management class at BeInsideOut.com/info.